You.
Joke.
Ikaw na. Magsalita ka, be. Hindi yung pinagkatrabaho mo ako dito.
Kinikilig ako, fuck!
Hi, I'm Gab.
Hi, I'm Marga.
My pronouns are she, her.
My pronouns are also she, her.
We've been together for
3 years
3
and
years.
counting.
We're engaged.
Ay, wala pala ako.
Wala
This
pa.
year.
Yes, hello, welcome to me. I'm Mick Chanel of Drag Race Philippines Season 3. My pronouns are they, she, shete. Charot. Credits, Isa.
Hi, I'm Miggy Aquino. Pronouns.
He.
He.
We have been together for going on a year now.
Hi, I'm Alan Segi. I'm he, him, and this is...
Hi, I'm Miles. She, her.
Ano relationship natin, te?
Para social. Idol ko po kasi.
Para social relationship. Hindi. Naka ko si Miles. Miles and I have been working together for almost 4 years. Buti na, almost na. Oo. 3?
2023.
23? Tanga, totoo ba?
Oo.
Si Jayo pala yun.
Mm-mm.
It feels like 4 years. Kasi lagi kami magkasama ni Miles. So, ayan. Naka ko to, basically.
Yeah.
We're playing
Truth or shot with?
Jellytime.
Yes.
Okay, game. Ready ka na ba mag-truth or shot, nak?
Give mo na yan.
Wait lang. Context. Si Miles, nung pumasok siya sa studio, akala ko talaga, she bully siya. Akala ko parang she was into girls. Kaya sabi ko, oh my gosh, lahat ng naka ko LGBT, mga LGTV. Tapos, hindi pala, na-catfish niya ako with her haircut because she went in with a short cut and she was like,
bob cut ako that time.
mm-mm.
And pinanindigan ko na all throughout yung ng studio. Yung parang slogan na found and operated by the gays and
Ally. Siya yun. Ready ka na bang sagutin tong mga na to? But of course, since for in studios Segi fashion, parang hindi ito yung inumin natin, te.
Alam mo ba?
Kaya kami dalang pitching dito talaga. Ayan.
Sabi ko na nga ba?
May mangyayaring kakaiba here.
Alam kong inamoy ko yan kanina.
May anomalya, di ba? Wala kaming gin bilog. Di natin ubusin.
Basta may nakikita akong pitsil na ganito, guys. Parang alam ko na mangyayari kanina eh.
Ayan.
I'm scared! Okay. Oh my God! Wait. Okay.
Okay, I was
Which
spicy.
of your exes would hate me the most? And why? Actually,
Wait, can I actually say name?
FYI, I'm friends
No,
with
just
all
kidding.
of her exes.
That's
except
not
for
true.
One.
It's not
Yeah,
true.
except for one, but
Should I really answer this question? Like,
you can drink.
no, I don't mind answering.
Okay. Grabe, so may answer.
No, I have an answer, but like, do I explain? Ay, may why pala. Okay, I do have an ex that would probably not get along with Gabs. Her name is No, but I think personally, like Gabs' personality, I don't think she would hate you because you're Gabs or anything like that. But I think she would hate you because you had a past.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've had a past,
Yeah.
encounter with each other that had nothing to do with me. But I feel like that's just something.
Okay, next question. Pinunit.
Ay, sa talambuhay ni Miles na nakasama ko siya, I've met 3 exes. No, 2 lang.
Tula.
Kasi currently Miles is with
Yeah.
a very special boy.
Wow.
And a very special boy. Ay, okay. Ikaw, which of your exes would hate me the most? Which of your exes would hate me?
Mine? So far, hindi nga hate eh. Parang sila yung gustong agawin yung slot kasi. Gusto dyan sa lady.
Hate ka nila?
Feel ko parang ganun. Ako pala yung hate nila. Kasi, meron akong nakakeme dati, nung first few months ko sa studio. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, parang, may opening pa ba sa internship? Kasi Studio Segi na internship daw. Tapos sabi niya,
Kaya ko rin yun.
kaya niya rin pumasok dyan. Mas magaling pa daw siya sa akin. Sabi like,
Ako naman, parang asan yan? Let me talk to this boy.
yeah.
So,
Yun lang naman.
ayun.
Pero
Ako-
like, hate, wala naman.
Wala.
Kaya ayaw.
Ako lahat ng ex ko, feeling ko hate ka. I mean, pero wala din. Parang, I think, like, the men na I allowed to enter my life so far have been parang really healthy in a way. Like, yung outlook nila, wala naman akong naka-eme na kakaiba. So, wala akong masi. And to that, shut up. Kasi wala na naman ako nasago.
Oo nga.
Parang uubusin talaga. Yung goal is maubos talaga.
Yung last ko. Kasi kahit ako, hate ko siya.
Ako siguro yung last din. Kasi parang, yung my last ex was the one that I was still with at the time that I left to film Drag Race. And unfortunately, he's not the person that's like in my life right now and seeing me go through the actual airing. And also kasi siya yung, I think he's the one that I left off with on the worst terms. Kasi it was like a really quite messy, like bad emotional breakup. I don't know if until now, pero parang siguro there's like resentment both ways. Also, feeling ko mainggit yun kasi look at the material. Kailangan daw niya ng shot. So, let's take one for for love. For love! Whew! Okay. Medyo ang init ng panahon, no? Charis.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your own skills in bed? And how would you rate me and why?
Give ko sa'yo 9. Almost perfect. There's always room for improvement. Siguro ako 8. Kasi give ko sa'yo mas magaling ka.
I would say 10. Kasi best so far. And yung sarili ko, siguro mga 7.
OA. OA.
Kasi parang ang dami ko pa kasing gustong i-explore na hindi pa ako ganun ka-comfortable na gawin for now. Pero I think sa flow ng relationship natin ngayon, mas open tayo to try new things.
Ako naman, I rate myself lower kasi TBH pillow princess ako.
Yun yung gusto ko.
I'm a Leo, so 100. Yeah! Joke. I don't know. I think, okay, just to make this more informational, I feel like since I can compare a hetero experience and a gay experience, I feel like just, I don't know, the homos do it better. I don't know. That's just the truth, you know? Yeah, I'd give her a 10. Give her a 10. High five. High five.
Not even 100 also?
100.
100 out of 100. You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome because I changed your life.
Yeah.
And how would...
ba?
And ito yung gag, te. And how would you rate me? Why? Shot na lang tayo.
Kala mo talaga nasagot.
Kasi mag-shot na lang kami ni
Guys,
Maya.
alam kong marami nangyayari sa studio, pero we don't do that here, okay?
Correct. Or,
Or,
ba't dalawa shot ko? What's something you've conceived? What's something you're convinced you'll never be forgiven for?
siguro not naman like forgiven for or like parang it's a very strong question. Pero feel ko I forever be guilty of.
Mas yun, I think.
Oo. Kapag may mga shoots. Like kapag may mga ano siguro, parang ibang ganaps.
Extracurricular activities.
Extracurricular activities that I have to parang absent sa studio. Parang I will always be guilty kasi of course, studio is still my responsibility. Parang it's still my first commitment.
Gag.
Sorry, Mom!
Hindi, carry lang yun. Pero sa personal life mo, may ganun ka ba? Wala, namatay yung papa mo, tapos,
Oh
mga
my
ganun.
God.
Nabring up.
Parang trauma to.
Anong trauma daw.
Yeah, actually, something I'm super guilty. Siguro nung nawala yung papa ko,
Saan siya nagpunta na?
umalis. Doon
Indefinitely.
lang. Pero parang I will always be guilty of my initial reaction nung nalaman ko na nawala siya kasi wala akong reaction. Yun. But of course, that came with a lot of context and yung background and relationship namin ng father ko. And I was able to process naman that initial feeling with a grief therapy kung bakit ganun yung naging initial reaction ko. So, ayun. It's something I will always be guilty of, but it's something I'm also still processing kung bakit ganun yung nangyari.
Me, it's something I'm convinced I'll never be forgiven for. I don't think, subjective naman kasi siya, so I can't really speak on behalf of anyone else. But something I feel really bad about was kind of, shut na lang ako. Pero, oo. Guilty ba?
Ano ko?
I feel guilty about that.
No. At dahil dyan, mag-shot ka.
Do I feel guilty about that?
No.
If this is just in light of Pride Month, I feel like without even me asking for forgiveness, I think it's my family members who don't like the fact that I'm gay, even though I'm pretty much, me and my sister are like the star children of our family. But there are a few people in my family still who I feel like don't accept. Like, we got engaged. And there's like a weird vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like they'll never forgive me even though I'm not asking for forgiveness.
I
You know what
I don't think they won't forgive you though. I think they're just
No, it's because they can't forgive themselves.
wow.
Lalim. But yeah, that's how I feel. It's like,
Oh my god.
it's a you problem, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my answer.
Yeah.
It's them.
Fair.
You know? Happy Pride. Free the lesbians.
Happy Pride.
Not naman something I won't be forgiven for, but something that I think is going to be, fortunately but sometimes regrettably, timeless is my time on the show, my time on Drag Race. I think my time on the show, the things I did, things I said, whether good or bad, are gonna follow me for the next few years of my career. And siguro that's something na parang I'm still learning how to live with. Ikaw?
Shot na lang ako.
Daya mo naman! Okay, sige. Sige na, okay na. Give ko na sa'yo.
Cheers para sa mga ayaw mag-open up.
Ito na tayo. Andito na tayo sa... Feeling ko malalasing na siya. Ito na, nagsisimula na yung questions. Malalasing na siya.
Oh my gosh, this is so not chill. Okay, question. What's my red flag that you pretend doesn't exist?
Oh my god. Actually, red flag? It's not really like a red flag that I would consider. I was in like a hetero relationship before and that had so many red flags. Yeah, boo. Anyway,
Just
but
kidding.
I think yours is like overworking. Like you're an overworker. That's like, I think that's it. Bait ko naman. Okay.
It's what pays the bills, you know.
It's true. Yeah.
Just
We
kidding.
might
Yeah,
think.
okay, fine. That's
Wow,
a
we're
valid
so truthful today.
that's a valid red flag.
Okay.
Also, we don't pretend because we always talk about it. So
Yeah. It's because we're gay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Madaldal. Masyadong madaldal.
Okay.
I think yun. Kasi madali akong mairita pag dire-diretso yung bibig. Especially pag may ginagawa ako, tapos bigla akong kukulitin.
Sorry naman. For me...
Hindi nag-open up.
Well, yes. Yes, actually. Ano siya, parang even when I try to steer the conversation into like a serious mode sometimes, kasi ganun ako, madaldal nga ako in general, but also like sometimes I like being heartfelt. I like talking na parang about feelings and emotions. Eh siya kasi mas expressive siya through actions than words. So parang, when I try to create a serious conversation, babanat lang siya ng something like always dirty jokes, always, meron akong dito, meron akong ganito, meron akong ganyan. Ganun siya lagi. Lagot.
So far, for my 2 years, na stay sa studio, siguro yung pagiging forgiving. Like, for the past 2 years, of course, parang ang daming nangyayari. Dili na lang ako mag-tell kung ano yung mga nangyayari sa studio. Pero ayun, parang Alan is still the mother that we know despite sa mga kinimpamparangan ng nangyayari.
Kinimpamparahi sa video.
Yes. So, I mean, in a way, di ko alam if it's a red flag or not, pero kasi
To
of
be
course,
too forgiving.
yeah, kasi syempre, at some point, need mo rin maging, kumbaga, firm para mag-learn yung mga tao sa paligid mo. So, ayun.
Pero I've been working on it. Recently, hindi na ako as forgiving. Hindi na ako as parang I don't let people walk over me. And na-prove ko siya nung Saturday, if you're watching this. Anyway, ikaw, I think, ang red flag mo would have to be parang excessive overloading. Hindi lang ng emotions, but of work. So, maganon si Miles. Parang, ang dami niyang ipapatong-patong sa sarili niya. Hindi tao, ha? Pero ang dami...
Pero hindi.
Sana tao na naman. Pero ang dami niyang ipapatong-patong sa sarili niya, umabot sa point na parang di niya na alam kung ano ipaprioritize and parang naguguluhan na siya. So,
Yeah.
I think that's red flaggy.
Yeah.
Ay, walang nag-shot. Ito naman.
Oh, wow! Oh, wow! Okay.
Oh my God, ew, guys! My parents will watch this! Okay.
What's the most inappropriate thought you've had about me? Yes. Kakaalaman na ba?
Minsan gilid na ka ganito. Ano ba?
Ano ba? Oh, nag-isip talaga. Nag-isip talaga.
Alin sa mga yun?
Oo.
Wait. Let me compartmentalize really quickly. Which one?
Hindi, it's a running joke lang dito sa studio namin na parang fantasy ko sila as the only girl. Pero guys, once again, you don't do that here naman. Ayan. So I will shot.
We will shot to that. The most inappropriate thought you've had about me. Kaloka. What if may sabihin ako, no?
Gamit ko.
Loka sila.
Totoo yung tanong. Parang wala ka namang trust sa akin.
Hindi pa kasi natin nagagawa yun while you're in drag. So, yun. Almost, pero...
Not quite. Ako naman yung magsashot.
Ayaw sabihin.
For myself na lang yon. For myself and for us to get to. Ayan, ito po. Cheers sa mga ayaw i-give. Okay.
Next question.
Oh my God! What do you mean?
You can whisper it na lang and then I'll take a shot.
I'm not gonna hear it. Don't fool me, Jellytime. I'm gonna hear it.
Wala, magsha-shot na lang ako.
Oh my God, sorry guys.
Let's do this today. It's too weird.
Inappropriate nga that people's gonna hear like how inappropriate my thoughts are.
Give me the shot.
Give me the shot.
Cheers. Okay. It's the worst lie you've ever told me that I still believe.
I think it would be that I wasn't
In love with
interested
in love.
with
Sure.
you then. Also,
I
I'm not a
already knew.
cheater, so we don't stand cheating. So,
But I already
Um,
knew. First time pa lang niya ako makita. Oh, na ano
No.
na siya. Yes! Na ganun ka na sa akin.
nagkukwento ko
That's
yun,
the
ano?
truth.
Nagkukwento ko yung the moment.
Sige, sige.
Okay, so there's this one time when I had a bar. To be fair, I was single na that time. Anyway, so weird. So it was a small bar and pretty much like you notice everyone in the room because again, like it's a small bar. So Gabs was there and I was by the DJ booth. I was beside the DJ. I was just like overlooking things that were happening. So Gabs was somewhere in the middle and then parang I swear to God, it sounds like a movie scene, but it's like parang
Love kasi
I
siya
didn't
sa-
notice anyone else there because out of nowhere, parang like she was facing everyone else and then like she looked at me for no reason. Okay, so I kind of felt like it was weird because why is she looking? Who is she looking at? Like what is she looking at? And I didn't think it was me and
Ako na nga
okay,
magkakwento.
ikaw na
Wala naman
magkwento. Hindi, yun na nga, that's my side.
Okay, so this happened. Scratch all of that.
What?
This
Scratch all of
happened.
that.
This happened years ago, like whatever.
2017.
So, Miss G is so small. It's
Ah,
like
sorry,
just
2018.
about this size. And then, she was by the DJ. Basta end of the room. And then I looked at her. She looked at me and she was like, parang, ako ba yung tinitignan mo? Ganun. And I was just looking at her. At that moment, she remembers that. So when we got together, she told me about it. She was like, there's this one time in the bar na you looked at me like, it gave me a vibe. And I was like, oh my God, sinadya ko yun. That night. Yeah, I was like,
Can you believe
okay,
she
and
planted
now
that
look
moment?
At her, like, you know? And then, oh my God, na-feel niya. So wow. Years later, you know, I was like, I'm just gonna test this out. Like,
No, okay, right? That's what she said na she planted this moment, the scene, for me to like feel away. But what I felt was like, what is she looking at? You know, it was,
kinilig siya.
yeah. So my lie is that,
She never felt
yeah,
the vibe.
yeah. But I
Lie ka
did.
talaga.
But I did.
Next question.
It was
next
more,
question.
it was like 80% weird, 20%.
80%. Oh
Shoot.
my God, she's looking at me. She's so cute. 20%.
Whatever.
Sorry, masakit ulo ko. Mga ganun.
Ay, grabe naman. Parang di ka naman naniniwala sa akin eh.
Kahit ano sinabi, wala akong ano yung
Oo
pinapaniwalaan
nga,
sa'yo.
parang wala naman eh. Eme, naniniwala ba kayo na good girl ako? Eme, wala naman. Do I shot? I will shot kasi so far, I'm like, I
Wala.
have none. Siguro deadline. Sige, I'll send it EOD, pero...
Everyone does that.
Go.
Ikaw, ano, a lie na sinabi ko sa'yo na pinapaniwalaan mo is na ikaw yung paborito ko.
Sinabi mo ba yun?
Hindi ko rin yung sinabi.
Hindi naman eh. Parang hindi naman.
Kaya nga siya lie. Kasi sinasabi ko pala sa lahat.
Okay lang, guys.
Wala rin akong sinasabi kay Miles na may barihid ng kasinungalingan. If kaya kong i-avoid na
Lahat pala
maganon.
totoo.
True, di ba? Parang, we're very open here. Wala kaming tinatago sa isa't isa.
Next.
Oy, daya mo.
Sige ako na. Sabi mo dati nung during Drag Race na wag akong makialam sa mga tao. Pero nakikialam ako pag may mga bashing na nangyayari.
At yeah. I expected as much naman. He's very protective kasi I'm the type of person kasi I choose my battles. I like to kind of hold my peace. Parang prioritize my peace. And minsan parang if a person is not worth, parang pag feeling ko hindi siya worth patulan, block, gano'n lang yung atake ko. Pero siya kasi is very like protective of me. Ako siguro, oh my God, I can't believe aminin ko to. Nauna mo ako nagustuhan. Kasi lagi kong inaasar na parang siya yung unang nabaliw, siya yung unang nag-approach. When in fact, oh my God, I'm coming clean. So before we met in person, naging mutuals kami online. Tapos parang semi-stinok ko na siya kasi parang sabi ko, oh my God, napogi naman ito. Tapos, nung nag-meet kami in person, he made the first move. So, I always told him na parang, ikaw nga nag-first move, ikaw yung baliw na baliw sa akin, ganyan. Parang ako, oh.
Una ko siya napansin nung may nag-notif sa social media account ko na parang, good morning.
Yun yung mga yun yung era na parang nagmamahal-mahalan tweets ako. Parang like, nagtitweet ako as if nagme-message ako sa jowa ko na good morning. Parang ganon.
Minsan, nagsasend si social media ng parang direct message na gano'n. So, nagulat ako, bakit may good morning, mahal? Sino to? Tapos pagka-click ko, tweet pala yun. So, doon, tas nakita ko, cute
May napuntahan naman yung fantasy natin.
Can you share what your coming out experience was like and who was the first person to support you? Actually, yung akin last year lang, nung pagka-break namin nung ex ko, tapos sobrang baksak ako nung time na yun. And even meron akong best friend before na mas naging friend siya. So, nung nag-break kami, parang nawala ako sa sarili ko. Hindi ko kilala yung sarili ko. And then, doon ko na-realize na baka kasi before, medyo may pagka-discreet yung atake ko before. And then, na-realize ko na hindi mo naman kailangan magpa-discreet kung hindi ka naman talaga masaya. In denial ako sa ayoko na nalilink sa mga malambot kasi ang iba yung tingin ng mga tao sa mga ganong lalaki. Napapagkamalan ako palaging nasasabihan ako na call boy ka ba kasi bakit trip mo yung mga malalambot. And yung ex ko, well, pareho kaming discreet. So, nung nag-out ako sa social media, doon ko na-realize na may mga tao pala na makaka-gets kung ano ako. Doon ko unti-unting na-accept na may mga tao na okay lang yung ganitong klaseng attraction. Hindi siya dapat ikaya. Kasi honestly, hindi masaya yung mask for mask. Hindi siya masaya. Hindi ako nag-enjoy. Wala akong first person na nag-support sa akin. Pero nagkaroon ako ng group of friends nung nag-out ako. Until now, naging parang family na for me.
Ako, for me naman, kung siya medyo baby gay, I'm a senior gay. I came out when I was in 4th year high school. So I didn't have like a singular coming out process. It was kind of like in steps. So it started off with like, when I was in like 2nd year high school, that was when I started to parang be comfortable with the idea of liking men. And of course, I came out to my friends in high school, and then sa high school ko kasi parang we were one big Becky Barkada. So that was how it started. And then eventually parang my siblings found out, and my siblings were the one that encouraged me na parang they may not have fully understood it at that time, but they had the level of compassion to be like, hey, before ka mag-college, sana makapag-out ka kay mom. Kasi my father was already passed away at that time. So sana makapag-come out ka kay mom para you can live your fullest life. You can live your most authentic life come college, because that's what they wanted for me. So I came out to my mom on my birthday, which is in March. So parang it was like weeks before graduation. I came out to my mom. It wasn't the best case scenario. Parang she wasn't the most accepting of it at first. She was in denial. Pero hindi naman ako napalayas or anything. Hindi naman kami nag-away. More like she was taking her time accepting it. She was quite in denial at first. Parang, wag ka muna mag-decide, ganyan. You know, as some parents go through. But eventually, like, later on, my mom became super accepting. And I think now, out of my siblings, parang I'm the one that is most open to my mom. Parang ako me and my mom regularly have like heart-to-heart discussions. She talks to me about her personal life. I talk to her about my personal life. So it's made a huge turnaround. Pero it really, siguro for the first 2 years that I came out to her, parang it felt like the elephant in the room na parang alam niya pero hindi ko dapat pag-usapan yung pagiging bakla ko. Parang ganon. But yeah, things have turned around and I've also built a support system around me na of like people that accept me for who I am and for who I will discover myself to be. Parang ganon. Ready ka na for the next question? Or gusto mo pa ng isa?
Isa pa.
My coming out experience was very short, like, it was very quick. I think it comes with this generation's climate with sexuality and just gender and like, I don't know. I think my parents and you also, by the way, me and Marga have a huge age gap. No, but I think
Yeah.
I think my generation's
They'll
more
never guess my
accepting.
age,
Yeah,
anyway.
they'll never
Just
guess.
kidding.
I feel like my generation's more accepting of like
Yeah.
being fluid and just really open with your gender and you know that conversation. So I just came out to my mom randomly. I came out to her fully because my family knows I'm bisexual.
When did you actually come
Yeah.
out? Wait, how again?
I was just with my mom, like randomly in like an
Wildflower.
Amano or something,
okay,
and
yeah.
I was like, "Mom, like I want to talk to you because I'm dating someone
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
girl,
Yeah.
like fully dating someone." And she's like, "Okay." Like my mom is a babaeng bakla. She grew up with the gays. She's practically gay, so. Yeah, I came out to her super quick. It's like I'm dating someone. She's a girl. She's like, okay. As in, didn't care about it. And I was like, I think I'm like fully lesbian. And she's like, okay. Like, parang it was like super quick. And
That's true, actually.
yeah.
Even with your dad.
Yeah, my dad
And
was
your
super
sister.
cool. My sister was like, okay, very on brand. Like, get it. So, yeah, I think I never showed. I never stopped myself from expressing my queerness or like being fluid anyway.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
yeah.
I don't think it came out as a shock also.
Yeah.
I think.
You.
For me. Yeah. Okay. So you had a very easy time
Thank you.
with your whole coming out. Meanwhile, I had it hard. I'm just kidding. No. Obviously, like, I'm from a different generation. Generation! No naman. But like, you know, when I first came out, I was mga 15, 16. But it wasn't that I wanted to come out or it wasn't that I wanted or like I was ready to come out. I just kind of like got caught. I just got caught. And it was funny because they thought that it was a guy that I was talking to on my phone, but it was a girl. So obviously, when they first read it, they got really mad. Like, oh my God, who's this guy? Blah blah whatever. And then I was like, and then it was a super dramatic time, and I had to be like, it's not a guy, guys, it's a girl. And so it became this whole thing, and they were like, whoa, what do you mean? Like it's a face. So I had that. My generation, I feel like, had that it's a face line.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that your generation really, people just like, yeah, okay, whatever, I guess, but my generation is really more like, oh, it's a face and stuff. So I'd say that I did have it a little bit more tough. It also took longer for my family members to kind of accept that.
Siguro naman it's not a face na.
Yeah, oh my God, no. So
Siguro naman it's
I mean,
not.
obviously, because now that we're engaged. Actually, like, my past relationships naman, my past, like, at least 2 relationships before you, they were already very accepting of it. I think it was also because they liked the person, or got along with that person and kind of understood that, she could be successful regardless of gender or preference or anything like that. So, yeah. Not the best coming out, but it grew me some like tough skin. Yeah. And here we are.
Here we are with Jellytime.
Here we are with Jellytime.
Can you share your coming out?
As a
Can, can you share what your coming out experience was like and who was the first person to support you?
As
So,
a buo.
when did you come out as straight? Sa studio, family mo.
Yeah, I had
Queer
to
baiting
break
ka.
it like a bad news, guys. Na unfortunately,
Hindi
I'm
ako
straight. Hindi ako
part,
bakla.
hindi ako part ng community.
Yes.
What was that like? Kasi parang syempre na-experience natin gay people and like LGBT people coming out. How was that like? Coming out as, I'm so sorry, straight ako.
Guys, ako po yung minority this time.
Kamusta yung experience mo no? Di ba like, coming into the studio knowing na parang lahat kami buddy. What's that like?
Actually and honestly, it was natural lang and organic for me, surprisingly, as a, yun nga, straight. Kasi,
Nasasaktan ako every time. Sinasabi mo yung word na straight.
like, all of my best friends and closest friends in my life, buddying. As in, like, ngayon nga na iniisip ko, wala akong friend na straight. Like, yung best friend. So, I felt like I'm still within my usual space I'm comfortable with. My safe space, kumbaga. Kasi, it didn't really change anything now that I surrounded by LGBT.
Perfect. Ano man, yung coming out experience ko, lumabas ako sa kloseta nung college when I was with my second boyfriend. Kasi nag-post ako ng Facebook status na in a relationship with. Tapos lalaki yung nakatag. So sabi ng lola ko, ano yan, be? Ako naman sabi ko, buklo ko, buklo. Tapos sabi niya, gets. So, parang alam naman nila nun, even before pa. So, hindi naman ako nagkaroon ng negative experience coming out, but I will say na upon coming out, it really gave me, parang nawalan ako ng tinik sa lalamunan. Like, parang I was able to kind of be the person who I've always wanted to be. And I think hindi nyo parang hindi nyo ma-experience yung freedom na yun unless you're really in it. And it's really hard to explain. Pero at that point, I think it really enabled me to kind of remove all the woes I had about myself. Like, lahat ng confidence ko, na-gain ko right after that. Kasi wala na akong kinakatakutan na anything. I didn't have any baggage to, like, you know, to bring around. So, once that was out of the way, I think that was kind of the moment that paved the way for me to pursue everything that I wanted. Because I can move the way I want, I can do the things that I want, etc. etc. Kaya, andito tayo ngayon. So, if I were you guys, I know we have our own like time to come out as gay or as straight. So, if I were you guys, I know we all have our time to come out as gay or as straight in as gays. But, if you're looking for a sign or like a reassuring voice na it's all gonna turn out well or it's gonna be fine and it's all gonna work out in the end, maybe this is it. So, ayun na naman. That's the last question. Nakalahati namin yung inumin namin ni Miles.
Dahil dyan, kayo rin mag-shot Jellytime.
Kayo rin yung Jellytime people mag-shot.
Girl.
Hindi pwedeng hindi. Alika dito, Jen.
Pwedeng kami lang.
True. In the spirit of community, ilalabas natin yung natin, prod team
Correct.
para mag-shot dito. Ayan. Happy Pride!
Eh.
Cheers!
Happy Pride!
Cheers, Jellytime! Thank you for having us. Mag-cheers ka man. Cheers! Happy Pride! Cheers!
Happy Pride, Jellytime! Yeah. At dito po nagtatapos ang ating Pride special with Jellytime. Happy Pride!